Good morning. I just want to preface this with like a content warning. I'm going to be talking about some very personal symptoms that involve the reproductive tract and other bodily functions. So if that's not something you feel like drinking your cup of coffee to this morning, click away from this video. So as some of you know, I have been working on just getting a full, thorough checkup of my health status since probably the later end of last year. So about a year that I've been working on my health. I am getting older. I'm in my late 30s. I've had 3 back-to-back pregnancies, so I just want to make sure that everything's good and that my health is the way it should be, especially if we're going to be trying for another baby next year. So the thing that prompted me to go into the doctor regarding this issue is that in the postpartum, I always got my period like exactly 4 weeks after giving birth. My first period, 4 weeks after giving birth, and then I had pretty regular cycles after that. This last time with Thora, I did pump and breastfeed a fair bit longer than I did with my son. And my period was a little bit later. I think it was like 5 or 6 weeks postpartum, but I still got it. The thing that I noticed about my periods right away after Thora was that they were extremely heavy and my PMS symptoms were really bad, like PMDD status, like really terrible feelings during my period. And this is the main reason that I went to see my doctor, because I was like, I am feeling suicidal. Every single time I get my period, I feel suicidal. And she, looked at me and was like, hey, do I need to call someone? And I was like, I know this is my hormones. I know this is a temporary thing. I know this is something that can be fixed. So I am not a danger to myself or others. But it is concerning that I feel this way during my period because that's not normally how I feel. There was also extreme irritability. Little minor things would just make me super irritable. Obviously I controlled my emotions as best I could, but inside I was like screaming, right? Just like really suffering inside. I'm trying my best to not let it affect my family. Another thing I noticed is that my left ovary had stabbing pains in it my whole cycle. I'm one of those people that's so in tune with my body that I can feel when I'm ovulating. I can feel the cysts forming that release the egg. I can feel all of that. I can feel which ovary it's going to drop from. And my left ovary was constantly having stabbing pain through the whole month of my cycle. Didn't matter if it was during ovulation or menstruation or what have you. It was all the time. I've been tracking my luteinizing hormone for the past year because we are planning to try to conceive next year, and I just want to have a really good idea of my fertile window. So I've been tracking every single month, and every single month without fail I have a really nice LH surge, and I know where my fertile window is, and I definitely feel when I'm ovulating, but I'm still getting that stabbing pain outside of that fertile window, which is abnormal for me. Along with some of the worst stabbing pains, I would spot mid-cycle. I have a little bit of blood spotting after a particularly painful sensation in my left ovary. And then on top of that, I started feeling bad pain in that left ovary every time I had a bowel movement. That was giving me major red flags. If, on top of everything else, I was like, that's not normal. So I'm Googling it, and of course, Google is not your friend. It's really not your friend. It's like, hey, you have ovarian cancer or you have PCOS. So I'm like, yeah, I should probably get that checked out to rule out some bad things. So I go to the doctor and she offers me a pap smear. She does the pap and she's like, everything looks good and normal. And like, results came back, everything was good and normal. And I'm like, hey, but I'm still having this thing. And she's like, I wouldn't think cancer because of your age. Well, I still want to make sure, and she kind of gave me a bit of pushback, I don't know if it was like an insurance thing or what, but she sort of reluctantly gave me the referral. And then I'm waiting for this referral and it's not coming through, and turns out she forgot to put it through. So I had to call and get it pushed through again, and that was like a month. So I've been waiting for this scan since April. Once I finally got my referral pushed through, Then there was the whole waiting period to get into the ultrasound clinic just to get everything looked at. Well, in the meantime, I wanted to ease my suffering, and I hadn't talked about it in the vlog where I was mentioning that I was really stressed out. I hadn't talked about these symptoms, but this was the main reason I started the ashwagandha, because I had read that it's really good for hormones. It regulates your hormones, and I thought my hormones have to be out of whack. Like, if I'm feeling this way during my periods, I was having extremely heavy periods, like bleeding through ultra-sized tampons within the hour, and just needing to wear ultra-sized tampons for almost the whole duration of my period. I just had read that ashwagandha was really fantastic at regulating sex hormones and improving your mood as far as like hormonal imbalances and everything. I was also reading that it lowers what's that stress hormone, cortisol? It lowers cortisol. And I was just thinking, like, I need this. I don't have time to like wait for figuring out what's going on inside my body, so I need to just try something. And I'm so glad I decided to try the ashwagandha, because within 2 weeks I felt so good. I felt no more irritability, no more anxiety. That horrible PMDD type symptoms during my period completely gone. Sometimes I don't even know that I'm about to start my period, because that's how well I've responded to the ashwagandha. Like, I have almost no irritability or like sadness around my periods anymore. Also, the heaviness of the periods went away. It's like completely back to normal. It's completely like back to my usual 3 to 4 day cycle instead of like a 5 to 6 day cycle. Barely any cramps anymore. Like, it has been amazing. I'm so glad that I started ashwagandha. I think we're about to end our 2nd month on it, and I'm going to go ahead and do the 3rd month. I know you're not supposed to take it for longer than 90 days, but I just want to like take it for the 90 days to receive the full benefits. Thus far, it has been incredible. Like, I have lost more weight because of it. I think because the cortisol has gone down. I still do have that stabbing pain when I do a BM in my left ovary. I still have that once in a while stabbing pain just while I'm sitting there doing nothing. And of course, like, if the kids are climbing on me and, you know, a knee or a foot goes in that left side, I feel it. So I definitely still have whatever's going on with that ovary going on, but the ashwagandha has just really helped with my hormones. So I went and had my scan done on Saturday. It made me a little bit nervous because they spent a lot of time on that left ovary. They did a trans-abdominal and trans-vaginal ultrasound. They spent way more time. I want to say like 3 times more time on that left ovary. And I mean, that could be because that's the area that I'm complaining about, or it could be that they saw something. But it felt like they were taking way more pictures than they were taking of the right one. They didn't have any radiologists or doctors there on a Saturday. I went to the same place that I did my mammogram. And I remember that day they had someone quickly look over my results and they're like, oh, you're good. You're clear. But yeah, they didn't have anyone there on Saturday. And when we were finished, the ultrasonographer just said, all right, you're going to have your results back to your referring physician within a week. Have a good weekend. And then she left the room, and it was like, I know they're not supposed to tell you anything, but, you know, just a little something would be nice. So yeah, that's basically the gist. I don't have any results yet. I know I'm supposed to get them this week, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like, my son's birthday is on Saturday. I feel like I'm gonna get results right before his birthday, and I'm really hoping that it's just a silly little cyst. You know, maybe I have ovarian cysts or something on that left ovary that are bugging me. I hope it's just that, honestly. I'm kind of leaning towards that because of my age. Like, I wouldn't think that I would have ovarian cancer. I'm gonna hold out hope that it's just cysts and, you know, a benign condition that can be, you know, treated easily. That's kind of where we're at right now. I am so glad that I started ashwagandha. It was kind of one of those things that I looked at, kind of the way I looked at, you know, the chiropractor when Kameron was pushing me to go. I was just very, like, what are the words? Not suspicious, but like hesitant to go, not really believing that it would work for me. Ashwagandha was one of those things. I wasn't really believing that it was going to do the things that it claims that it can do. But I was desperate. I was really desperate because I was not feeling good. Every month, it was like a week of, I want to die, you know? And that is absolutely not normal for me at all. Really glad I started all my supplements again, and tried the ashwagandha. Amazing, amazing results. If you have stress, if you... Hi! I don't know what I was saying. She's so cute. This one is on her 15-month sleep regression, and she's discovered that she doesn't have to wake up in the middle of the night and throw a party. She can just stay up late. So she's been staying up late with me and Cam, like till about 9 every night. Aren't you? She's also got a 5th and 6th tooth coming in. But yeah, it's something that I feel like I've been fighting to get for a long time, because initially it was like, oh, well, you're postpartum, of course you feel that way. Oh, well, you're postpartum, of course your periods are heavy. Oh, well, you're postpartum, of course you have aches and pains. And it's like, no, I know something's not right, you know? Something's wrong over on that damn left ovary. So, like I said, it felt like a bit of a back and forth and a bit of a fight to get this scan. But I think once I mentioned, like, hey, I'm actually feeling suicidal during my periods, like, I know it's due to hormones, I think she finally took me seriously at that point. But even so, it was like, why did my referral get lost? You know what I mean? But I digress. Anyway, a bunch of you were asking about the supplements that I take, so I wanted to deliver my promise and show you what I take. So this is my collagen powder. I put it in my coffee every morning. And none of these are sponsored. I wouldn't sponsor a nutritional thing to you guys. Because I feel like that's just disingenuous. These are just things that I've taken for years, brands that I have taken for a long time. The Solgar brand, I've been taking that since I was 18 because I lived with a nutritionist in Germany when I was modeling, and this is the brand that she really liked. I remember thinking she was my age. I was like 18, 19 at the time, and she was 40. And she looked so young, and she was like, I'm a holistic nutritionist. That's when I started reading all the books on her bookshelf and was like, I'm gonna take some notes from you, ma'am. So yeah, I have the multivitamin with chelated minerals. Then I have omega 3, 6, and 9. This is the essential fatty acids. Chelated zinc. This is really good for your skin and your immune system. This is the ashwagandha that we're taking. We're almost done with it. Then I became friends with a nutritionist in a Facebook group called Keto Babies, and this is the brand that she really likes, that she recommends to her patients and everything, Thorn. And I get my B complex from that. Advanced bone support, it has a lot of good stuff in here. Vitamin D, my iron pill. I don't take this one every single day, but you know, maybe every couple of days. Some of the other brands are a bit too expensive. I just went with this brand for my selenium and my thiamine. This is the one that really helps with my chronic pain, really helps with peripheral neuropathy. This vitamin B1, the thiamine, this is the one you want if you have really bad pain in your hands, legs, feet, and like tingly, burning pain. This is the one you want to take. I've been taking this for almost 2 months now. And then before bed, I take my vitamin C and magnesium. I really only take the vitamin C at night because vitamin C counteracts the effects of Adderall. So if I take this after having my Adderall, it kind of makes my Adderall useless. So yeah, this is everything that I'm taking right now. I wouldn't say that I'm going to continue taking it forever. Like I said, this one has to be discontinued after 90 days. You can only take it for really 90 days. This one I tend to mostly take through the 6th season, and then some of them I take daily, but will be going to like every other day or maybe once every 3 days, like these ones eventually. But if it came to long term, like these are the ones that I would probably take on the daily long term. And trust me, I know there's gonna be the people that are like, hey, you have really expensive pee. I won't refute that. My pee is very expensive. I have some of the most expensive pee in the neighborhood, I would say. But I cannot deny the positive health effects. Like, I suddenly have these hard as rocks nails that I never have. Really good energy. My chronic pain's gone. Like, I can't deny that nutrition plays a really, really important role.